In the very start, God made the sky and the earth. So basically, at first the earth was a hot mess. It didn't have any structure or anything, just emptiness and darkness all around. But then the Spirit of God started doing its thing, cruising over the oceans, and God was like, yo, let there be light. And boom, there was light. And God was like, yo, this light is lit. So God separated the light from the darkness, like He made sure they don't mix. You know? So, like, God named the light as day and the darkness as night. And that whole cycle of evening and morning, it marked the first day. It's like, just to clarify, the evening came and the morning came, and that's how the first day went down. And God was like, yo, there should be like this cool layer between the water, separating it from more water. And like, this layer is actually called the expansion. And then God created like this super cool, massive sky thing and like this water below it from the water above it. And guess what? It totally happened. Just like that. So God named the sky heaven, and it became the second day. After the evening, the morning passed. And the evening in Hebrew texts clarify that the evening came and the morning came, marking a new day. And God was like, yo, let's bring all the water together in one place and make some solid ground. And just like that, it happened. And God was like, yo, let's name that solid ground earth and the whole watery part called seas. And you know what? God thought it was all pretty lit. And God was like, yo, let the earth do its thing and grow some sick grass and dope herbs and bring forth seeds, and also some lit fruit trees that produce after their kind, with seeds in themselves, all up in the earth. And guess what? Boom! It happened. Just like that. By the way, grass in Hebrew means some really fresh, tender grass. Just FYI. And then, like, the earth totally grew some awesome grass and plants that had seeds of their own. Oh, and there was these cool trees that grew yummy fruits with seeds too. And God was like, yo, this is super good. So, like, the third day came to an end and a new day began. It's like, just evening turned into morning. Just to clarify, when I say evening, I mean the start of the day. And when I say morning, I mean the end of the day. You feel me? And God was like, yo, we need some lights up in the sky to separate the day from the night. And there'll be signs to mark the seasons, days, years. You know? It's like the perfect balance between day and night. And like, God made these things called stars and stuff in the sky, like sky too. Like, give light to earth, and bro, it totally happened. No lie. And God created two awesome sources of light. One super bright to be in charge of the day, and the other not so bright to be in charge of the night. Oh, and He also made all these cool stars. Hashtag day and night vibes. Yo, God placed the celestial bodies up in the sky to illuminate the earth, and like to have power over the day and the night, and to separate the light from the darkness. And God was like, yo, that's lit. And then there was the fourth day with its evening morning, Like when the sun sets and rises again. Pretty cool, right? By the way, the Hebrew version says basically the same thing, but in a different way, just so you know. And God was like, yo, it's time for the waters to be filled with all sorts of dope creatures that have life, and birds that can soar high above the sky, in the wide open space above the earth. By the way, when I say moving creatures, I mean the ones that crawl or whatever. And when I say life, I mean those creatures with souls. And when I say birds, I mean the ones that are good at flying. And when I say wide open space, I mean the face of that cool firmament in the sky. And yo, God made these dope whales and every living creature that be moving be popping out of the waters in mad numbers, each one according to its kind, and them flying birds according to their kind too. And God peeped that it was all good. You heard? And God was like, yo, fam, I got you. Blessing all y'all. And He was like, go forth and prosper. Make yourselves fruitful. Multiply like crazy. Dominate the seas with all kinds of fish. And let the birds go wild and multiply over the land. And like, the evening and morning vibes were totally on point. And it was the lit fifth day and the evening. Hebrew and the evening was, and the morning was etc. And God was like, yo, earth, time to bring out the living creatures, like each one according to their own kind, cattle, creepy crawlies, and all the beasts of the land. And guess what? It totally happened. Just like that. And God created all the animals on the earth, like totally, each according to its own kind, you know? The wild beasts, the farm animals, and even the creeping things, all unique and special in their own way. And when God looked at everything he made, he was like, that's good, man. Yo, God was like, check it. Let's make humans look and act like us, and let them be in charge of the fish and in the ocean, the birds in the sky and the animals on land, and everything that crawls on the ground. God was like, yo, I'm gonna make humans just like me, you know? So he made them in his image, and get this, he made them both male and female, double the awesomeness. And God straight up blessed them. He was like, yo, be productive and reproduce like crazy and fill up the earth with your peeps. Oh, and you got the power to control the fish in the sea, birds in the sky, and basically any living thing that's roaming around. You got this. Yo, peep this. God's like, check it. I hooked you up with all the plants that have seeds on the planet and every tree with fruit that has seeds too. You can eat them all. They're your grub. For real. And I made sure that all the animals on the earth, birds in the sky, and every living creature that crawls on the ground had plenty of green plants to eat. They all depended on it for survival. And that's exactly what happened. By the way, when I say living creatures, I mean being with a soul. Pretty cool, huh? And God looked at everything he created, and wow, it was totally awesome. And then the day turned into night, and then back to the morning, completing the sixth day.